Welcome to another Chrysalis walkthrough. Chrysalis is the premier church child theme for Divi. This walkthrough is all about how to organize your ministries on your site. So a lot of churches actually struggle with how should they organize their site, and we've taken some of the decisions out of your hands for you. You have an About section, and worship gets its own menu because it's so central to church. But then we just have this get involved in preschool links. So get involved, we've showed you groups in another walkthrough, and there's this prayer page, which is good for prayer life participation. But then we have these 3 ministry area links. So churches have a natural way of categorizing their ministries. A popular way to do it is how we have it listed here. For children, for youth, for adults, and then missions and serving others. This is a popular way that churches would organize their ministries, but you know your own church and you know how it's best to organize them. I will say that these 4 items here in this section are designed to link to the ministry areas you choose up here. And we've given you a templated page for ministry areas so that you can build out all your ministry area pages and then link them from here. Now, some ministries that churches partake are bigger than just a ministry area. They're somewhat self-contained. And so we actually have a way you can do standalone ministries as well. And a preschool is a common example of that, but others may be like a food pantry or a clinic. And so during this walkthrough, I'm going to show you both the ministry area page and the standalone ministry page. Let's go to the ministry area page first. This looks like a lot of our other pages. You have your contextual menu up here. I've repeated the same page 3 times, but you'll actually design separate pages for each of your ministry areas and then add them to the menu separately. And then, of course, the page picks up the featured image. If you don't have a featured image, there'll be a nice gradient here. You can talk about how important this aspect of ministry is and kind of give an overview of it. And then there's 2 links. There's a contact us link, so if people instantly have questions, they can go right to the contact link. And there is the get involved section, which actually just takes people here. So the next section is all the groups that relate to that ministry area. So again, this is a portfolio grid using the portfolio module. And you basically just need to tell it the category of the ministry area. So within groups, you'll have different categories for each of your ministry area. And you tell the portfolio module, I just want things from that category. And then they'll show up here. And so this is a great way to onboard people. So they go to the ministry area, and then immediately they see all the things that they can do in that ministry area. And then they can go to that group, and then they can see when they meet, where they meet, and how to get started. So you can see there's a clear way that you want to get people through your site to engage in deeper levels of discipleship. Okay. Similarly, you can set categories in your calendar for each of your ministry areas, and then you can use our little calendar feed here specifically with that category to show the events that just relate to that ministry area. If your ministry area has separate leadership from your staff, or if you would like to re-mention them here, you can. And we've given you 2 different looks. We've given you the full width look, and we've given you the 3-column look. You can use either one, or you can mix and match. And this could be staff, or it could just be volunteers. And obviously, if it's volunteers, you probably want to include less information about them. So just delete what you don't need. Ministry area gallery. This is just a great way to show visitors the kind of things that you engage in so that they can imagine themselves participating in them. and just to get people psyched up about that ministry area. So that's a ministry area page, and ideally you'll have several of these, probably 3 to 6. Any more than 6, and you either have a ton of stuff going on or you maybe overthought it a bit. Okay, so next I want to show you what the standalone ministry page looks like. And again, we're using the preschool as the example since that's one of the most common ones. Now, the contextual menu, so the standalone ministry pages, they're made to be a site within a site, all on one page. And so the contextual menu up here actually just links to sections within the page. And that's using Divi's way of doing anchor links, which is to put a CSS ID on each section and then to put pound that ID in the link. This menu is created in the menus section, and then it's embedded within a widget in the widget area. And so there's kind of 3 layers to this menu. And you'll see, so services has the link pound services, and that just jumps to that section within this page. All right. So we've tried to include all the popular sections from the site in this page that you might need. So you have a little introduction, complete with times. One of the most prominent things you want people to do for these standalone ministries is to register. So we have a button that jumps straight to the registration section. We have a contact us, which goes to a separate contact form than the main site form, which I'll show you in a bit. Our services, this can basically talk about all the things this ministry does. We have our nice little show more things in case there are longer descriptions. The staff for this standalone ministry. The policies and procedures, so like your FAQ. And then the registration call to action. Ideally, this would take people to another page that has a registration form on it. You probably wouldn't want to put it on this big long page just because it's so long already, and the registration form might be complex. And so I just assumed it would have its own. If it's a short registration, you could put it right here, though. You could just get rid of that button and put it right underneath this call to action. And then the contact form with separate contact information just for that standalone ministry. Don't forget to use tel links for the phone number and mail to links. And then if there's and then a Google Map link here. Social media links just for that standalone ministry if they have them. So instead of having mailing lists sign up, it's less likely that your standalone ministry would use email marketing. So we just put a checkbox here so that when they send you a message, you know whether they want to join your mailing list or not, and then you can put them on your list. Map. So, obviously this is more important if the location is different than your church, but even if it's the same, you might still want to list it here. And that's it. That's your standalone ministry page. So hopefully the combination of these two, the ministry areas and the standalone ministry page, will help you figure out how to organize your ministries on the Chrysalis theme. Thank you for checking out this walkthrough for Chrysalis, the premier church child theme for Divi. Please check out all of our other walkthrough videos or visit faithspring.com for more information.